If you invest $5,000 a month, one simple rule decides whether your money truly grows or keeps starting over. Most people save regularly and invest with good intentions, but after years, their money still feels stuck, and they start doubting compounding. The problem isn't low income, bad timing, or wrong investments. It's a small mistake almost everyone makes without realizing it, and it quietly wipes out years of progress. People who build real, long-term wealth avoid this one mistake. It's called the F2 rule, and once you understand it, investing finally makes sense. Most people imagine compounding as steady, predictable growth, like climbing a staircase one step at a time. But that's not how it actually works. Compounding doesn't reward you evenly. It's not a straight line where effort today equals results tomorrow. It's a curve, one that feels painfully slow at the beginning, almost pointless, like nothing is happening at all. For years, your money seems to barely move. Then, almost unexpectedly, that same curve bends upward and starts accelerating faster than your effort ever did. This is why compounding feels boring, frustrating, and easy to doubt in the early stages. You're putting in the same money, the same discipline, but the results look underwhelming. And because humans judge progress based on what they can immediately see, many people assume it's not working, when in reality, they're standing right before the steepest part of the curve. But here's the uncomfortable truth most people never hear. Compounding by itself isn't enough. You can invest for years and still sabotage its power completely, because compounding alone is useless if you ignore one critical rule. That critical rule has a name. It's called the F2 rule. And no, it's not a formula, a stock-picking trick, or a market hack. It doesn't tell you what to invest in. It controls something far more important. It controls time. It controls frequency. And most of all, it controls patience. The F2 rule decides whether your money is allowed to grow uninterrupted or whether it keeps getting dragged back to the starting line. Because every time this rule is broken, even unintentionally, compounding doesn't slow down, it resets. Years of progress quietly disappear, and the curve you were waiting for never has the chance to bend upward. Most people think they've been investing for 10 or 15 years. In reality, they've restarted 5 or 6 times without realizing it, and that's why their results never reflect the effort they've put in. So before I explain how the F2 rule actually works, let me show you exactly what happens when someone follows it and what happens when they don't. Imagine 2 people, same age, same income, same ability to invest $5,000 a month. They even choose similar investments with similar returns. On paper, there is no advantage on either side. The only difference between them is invisible at the start. One follows the F2 rule without fully realizing it, and the other breaks it every few years without noticing. In the first 5 years, their results look almost identical. The balances grow slowly, nothing impressive, nothing exciting. If you looked at their accounts side by side, you'd struggle to tell who's doing better. This is the phase where compounding feels disappointing, and both of them occasionally wonder if it's even worth it. By year 10, a small gap begins to appear. Not dramatic, just noticeable. One account is slightly ahead, but not enough to feel life-changing. This is usually the moment where doubt creeps in. One of them starts questioning the strategy, reacting to market noise, switching approaches, or pausing investments altogether. It feels harmless. After all, the difference doesn't seem that big yet. But this is the turning point. Because by year 20, that small gap turns into a massive divide. One investor's money has entered the steep part of the compounding curve, where growth starts accelerating on top of growth. The other never reaches it. Every restart, every interruption, every loss of patience quietly push that moment further away. And this is where 90% of people stop. Right here, in the slow, unimpressive middle, convinced that nothing extraordinary is coming. That's why they never see the results they were promised, even though the math was always on their side. Now let's finally break down the F2 rule, because once you see it clearly, you can't unsee why so many people struggle with compounding. The F stands for frequency, not how often you check your portfolio, not how often you change investments, but how consistently your money stays invested without interruption. Compounding only works when money's allowed to sit, grow, and build on itself. Every time you pull out, pause, or switch paths, you break that frequency. And broken frequency means broken compounding. The 2 stands for time cycles. Specifically, the minimum number of uninterrupted cycles compounding needs before it starts doing the heavy lifting for you. Compounding doesn't reward short bursts of effort. It rewards long, continuous stretches of patience. Think in decades, not months. The first cycle feels slow. The second cycle is where momentum starts. Most people never reach it because they quit somewhere in between. Here's what most people get wrong. They obsess over amount. They believe investing more money will fix everything. But consistency beats intensity every time. A smaller amount invested consistently without breaks will outperform a larger amount that keeps getting stopped and restarted. Compounding doesn't care how excited you are. It cares how uninterrupted you are. Stopping and restarting is the silent killer of growth. Each time you stop, you don't just lose time. You lose momentum. You force your money back into the flat part of the curve, where growth feels invisible and discouraging. And when that happens repeatedly, years pass with very little to show for it. This is why patience is the real multiplier. Not intelligence, not timing, not luck. Patience is what allows frequency to stay intact and time cycles to complete. The F2 rule isn't about doing more. It's about interrupting less. Let your money stay boring long enough, and it will eventually become powerful. At this point, you might be realizing something uncomfortable, because these mistakes don't belong to bad investors. They belong to almost everyone. The first mistake is chasing quick returns, jumping from one opportunity to another, hoping to speed things up, not realizing that every jump resets the compounding clock. It feels productive, but it's the opposite. The second is panic selling. Markets fall, fear takes over, and people pull their money out to feel safe, only to re-enter later after damage has already been done. That emotional exit breaks frequency, and frequency is everything. Another common mistake is changing strategy every year. A new plan, a new approach, a new promise of better results. But compounding doesn't respond to clever plans. It responds to uninterrupted time. Every strategy change restarts the curve. And then there's underestimating time, expecting meaningful results in 2 or 3 years from something designed to work over decades. When expectations are short-term, patience disappears right when it's needed most. If you've done any of these, don't worry. Here's how to fix it. Applying the F2 rule doesn't require a dramatic overhaul of your life. It starts with one habit and one mindset shift. The habit is simple. Automate your investing and remove yourself from the process as much as possible. Set it up so your money gets invested on a fixed schedule without requiring decisions, emotions, or constant attention. Automation protects frequency. It keeps your money moving even when motivation fades or fear shows up. The less you interfere, the stronger compounding becomes. The mindset shift is even more important. Stop measuring progress in short time frames. Replace the question, is this working, with, am I interrupting it? Because growth doesn't show up when you want it to, it shows up when it's ready. Your job isn't to speed it up, your job is to not break it. When you combine automation with patience, the F2 rule becomes effortless. You're no longer trying to outsmart the market or yourself. You're simply staying in the game long enough for time to do what it's always done best, and that's when compounding finally starts working in your favor. Now imagine yourself 10 or 20 years from today, not doing anything extreme, not taking wild risks, just making the same simple investments on the same schedule with the same discipline. The effort feels ordinary, almost forgettable, but the outcome is completely different. What once felt slow and unimpressive has quietly turned into something substantial, something secure, something that gives you options. Nothing about the process looked dramatic while it was happening. No big wins, no sudden breakthroughs. Just consistency, time, and restraint. And yet the result feels extraordinary Not because you did something special, but because you didn't interfere when it mattered most. Because wealth isn't built by doing something extraordinary. It's built by not interrupting the ordinary. Time is going to pass whether you invest or not. Markets will rise and fall whether you pay attention or not. The only real choice you control is whether your money gets the chance to compound while time moves forward. The F2 rule is simple. Protect frequency, respect time, and let patience do the heavy lifting. If this changed the way you think about investing, take a second to lock it in, like the video, comment F2 to commit to the rule, and subscribe if you want more ideas that actually hold up over time. Because years from now, you won't regret being patient. You'll only regret interrupting it.